Ryan and the good folks at PI Records. This is Matt from Vern, Jules and the Aquanauts, and this is What's My Rig? Okay, so first cab off the rank is my 1963 Fender Jazzmaster. Beautiful guitar, I love it, it's my pride and joy. It's all original apart from the bridge. It's been replaced with a brass bridge. For my mind, gives it a little bit more high end, or a little bit more top end, and a little bit more bite. Other than that, it's all original and beautiful coloration on the neck over the years. I love the whammy bar systems on these. They're just really smooth. You can get a lot of feel out of it. I'll let you hear what it sounds like. Next is my 1967 Yamaha Flying Samurai. Funky as hell, look at that thing, it's so cool. I love the shape of these things. What I also like about it is it's got a volume and tone knob for all the pickup configurations, but it has this blend knob as well, which lets you blend pickups as well, bringing out different voices of the pickups together. Quite handy in places, but it really evokes a sound for me, and you'll hear what I mean. It's typical of its era. Yeah, very cool. Pickups are really alive on this thing, so you've got to be quite microphonic, so you've got to be careful, as you can hear. This is early DePinto Galaxy, not sure of the exact year. It's got 4 pickups. How can you go wrong? But what I really like about it is the bridge pickup. It's quite bitey, can be aggressive, good for surf music, well, great for surf music, really. I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, really clean, really bites. It'll take your head clean off if your amp is loud enough, but it can be quite aggressive. The rest of the pickups are a little bit too, I don't know, warm and muddy for my liking, but you can use them. That's kind of nice, but any of these middle configurations, a little bit odd for my liking. Cool guitar though. This is a bit of a Frankenstein Strat, a body from some Strat copy that I've had for years that I kind of reshaped and French polished. Put Texas Specials pickups in here, and the neck is a early 80s Japanese Strat neck. It's just a great recording guitar. I like the warmth of it. I like the bluesy feel that it gives. I'll show you what I mean. It's a beautiful sounding guitar. It can twang in the bridge pickup. Just all-round good workhorse. This is an American Fender Strat, early 2000s, I believe. It's the one with the cutout here, so you can reach a bit higher on the fretboard or a bit more comfortable. I have swapped out the pickups with Radio Shop Pickups, which is a wonderful company out of the UK doing hand-wound boutique pickups. Really nice. I use it a lot for ballads and slower numbers. I like the voice of it for that. It can rock. It can rock really well, but I do use it for a lot of the slower stuff. It's got the neck pickup is particularly nice. The bridge pickup is really nice as well. Quite. Just a great all-round guitar. Use it quite often. This is what I do a lot of bass on. It's a Fender 6. It is the Squire. I had to do a fair bit of adjusting to get it playable. Well, mainly intonation adjustments and intonation problems on it, but it's really usable. I use it quite a lot. And who doesn't love a bass with a whammy bar on it? I mean, really. It's just got that old sound on it. I don't know, it's kind of a woodiness or something that I like about it. But yeah, it's on a lot of our recordings. So this is my about 2011 AVRI, yeah, whatever you call them, Jaguar. Great looking guitar. What I like about it is that it is really clean and cuts through everything. So I use this for a lot of heavier surf style music where I just need something to cut straight through on the melody lines, and this is the one I go to. It's not my everyday guitar for surf music. My Jazzmaster is that, but this is a really good alternative for that type of thing. Okay, so that's it for the main guitars I use. I've got various other guitars, but they're my go-to for most of the sounds I create. I must say that what I'm recording the guitars on is Logic and Logic plugins at the moment. I really like the Surf and then Stereo Logic plugin. It's great. It's really useful, really functional. And it's what I was playing all those guitars on before. Like, really cool sound. And Logic plugins are great fun. You can find heaps of them free on the internet. The ones that come with Logic themselves, look, you play with them to get the sound you want. But great fun. The guitar strings I use on most of my guitars are 11s, Ernie Ball 11s, and especially on these offset guitars, you need a heavy set of strings. The picks I use are heavy as well, so 1 mil is my minimum, and I tend to use a glass pick that I made myself. It's 2 mil thick, and I don't know if you can see that, but I really like the attack of a glass pick, and especially a heavy pick in general anyway. So yeah, other than that, that's the main guitars and what's going on with them. Okay, so I use a Surfy Bear reverb unit. They are fantastic. Really great sound, built like a tank, and kind of essential to the sound, really. I use a parametric EQ by Vern, same as Dimebag Darrell, so it must be good. And a universal audio interface, and also a Focusrite channel strip, just to get my guitar sounds when recording. The amp I use is a Fender Supersonic 22. Great clean amp, really cool amp. Over past this mess, I've got a 1967 Vox Defiant. This thing is a beast, and I've had it since I was a kid. They're quite rare, especially in Australia. Not many of them throughout the world, really. It's got a fantastic tremolo in it, one of the best tremolos I've heard. It also has a reverb. The reverb's not that great, but it's got a wonderful old Vox sound. And I also use a Bogner New Yorker. Really clean amp, hard to break up, which is good, great for surf. And not super loud for at-home use as well, but it's kind of modelled on a Fender amp from the 60s, and various versions of them. You can change the sound of it and the era of amp as well. Really cool unit. And I also actually record with a pig nose as well occasionally. That's a fun little thing. So that's actually on some of our albums. Okay, some pedals. For fuzz, I use a 90s Big Muff Electro Harmonics. Can be an unwieldy beast, which is a beautiful thing. Love it to death. I also have, I think, look, I'm not sure of the brand. I've seen them variously tagged in things, but it's a 60s, maybe late 60s, early 70s fuzz unit out of Japan. It is really ugly in sound, which I love. It's really ratty and really dirty. Cool unit. Look at the thing. It's great. I warm my fuzz tones up with a Mojo Overdrive from TC Electronics. I don't use it really as an overdrive. I just use it to fatten the sound and give a little bit of width and warmth to my fuzz tones. For an echo, again, cheap as chips, these TCL Electronics, but they're really quite good. This is an Echo Brain, so I use that as an echo. I tend not to use it as a true echo, but just sort of giving depth to melody and notes. The reverb, as you saw maybe earlier, was the Surfy Bear reverb tank. Those things are fantastic. Tremolo, I either use off my Vox amp or this thing, which cost next to nothing, but it's great. It's a Joyo thing. It's like, I think they're like $30-40 or something like that, but it's a great tremolo. I also use an MXR Univibe. I don't really use this as Univibe either. I tend to put it on for clean, soft picking stuff, and it just again gives extra width to that, a little bit of flavour, but just warms up the sound. So rather than use it as Univibe, I use it as an enhancement more than anything. And this is new to me, but this thing is fantastic, and it's Earthquaker Devices Astral Destiny. It's the most bizarre reverb echo unit you've heard. It'll just throw random echoes at you, either octaves above, octaves below, fifths, and really fun to play with. Plus, it sounds like you're in the biggest cavern ever. Just a whole lot of fun. So that's what I've been playing with lately. But there you go. That's most of the pedals I use. I have too many pedals, but they're my main go-to. Okay, that's it. That's been What's My Rig. Thank you, Ryan, and all the good folks at PI Records for having me on your channel. And until next time, adios, my friend.